The Joe Rogan Experience.
That's an interesting thing that I see today I find really strange, is that people that are denying evolutionary biology. I mean, there's decades of research being done on why people behave the way they behave, what women are attracted to, what men are attracted to, and what the spectrum is.
And then they say science is racist.
Yeah, that's what's weird. Science is sexist, or fuck your science. That's fucking fascinating to me. When people don't want to look at it because it doesn't support their ideology. They want to deny all this research, deny all these really objective geniuses that have been studying all this stuff. And the best minds in the field have come to these conclusions based on just insurmountable amounts of data. Not interested.
Yeah, so fine.
The patriarchy.
I have a shirt that says I am the patriarchy. You know, like, no matter what you throw at me, I'm just going to embrace it. I'm going to show you, yeah, it's real. There is a patriarchy. There's also a matriarchy. You need to handle your matriarchy and stop worrying about the patriarchy. Because if you handled your matriarchy, the patriarchy wouldn't be your problem. Your problem is you don't know how to be a woman.
What do you think is a good piece of advice for women on how to be a woman?
A good piece of advice on how to be a woman?
Hotep teaches women.
Hotep teaches women.
What's a good piece of advice?
Emotional control.
Emotional control.
And so the number one problem I see with women is, damn, this is a lot here, right? All right, let's go here.
Okay.
Women let their friends, they tell their friends their business.
Yes.
Stop that.
Stop telling your friends your business.
Stop telling you. Like, when I have problems with, you know, my girl, or you know, or in the past when I had problems with women, I ain't run back, yo, guess what, man, yo, man. We don't do that.
If my friends do that, they better be laughing.
Right.
If my friend goes, dude, you're not going to believe what this chick said to me. If they give me a hard time about it. But if they go, dude, I don't know, man, she wants me to quit my job. Like, hey, don't do that to me, man. Don't put that shit on me.
Yeah, you know, so I think women also, you have to understand that they're giving this information to a friend who is also single. When a woman gets in a relationship, she loses a friend, right? Because now you have less time to spend with your bestie. So the bestie's jealous of the relationship. So whenever you go back and tell her, she's never going to give you sound advice.
True.
She's always going to take your side.
Yep.
So you have to judge your friends and say, well, if I'm giving this information to my friend, is she an objective friend or is she a subjective friend? She's going to feed my ego. And if you can't analyze that on your own, then you'll never have peace in your relationship. Because the worst thing to do is, here's the problem. The relationship's built on trust. So if a man and a woman come together and you tell all my business to your friend, where's the trust? Where's our privacy? We have none.
Right, we have none.
We don't have a relationship. You have a relationship with your friend. So go be with your friend. I don't got time to be, you know, something happens in my personal life. I'm going to go tell this strange girl what happened in my personal life, something I told you that was private, to relate it to something else that could be happening in our relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think we have different instincts. Women have the instinct to gossip. They love it. It's just, it comes from that hunter-gatherer culture, where back in the day, that's what happened. The men would go out and try to hunt the food, and the women would stay home and they would talk shit.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Again, discipline yourself, women.
Yeah.
Discipline yourself, ladies. Another thing, get a hobby, a healthy one. Women don't have hobbies. Their hobbies are all like consumerism.
Some women don't have hobbies.
Oh, all of them.
Not all of them. I know women with hobbies.
All of them.
That's not true.
I'm just messing with you.
That's not true.
But, you know, in my book, I say, you know, say all because it gets the people going.
Right. It gets them upset.
Yeah, it gets people going because they always go, oh, no, it's some. It's like, I know it's some, you moron. You know what I'm saying? But I say all just to get the people going. But majority of women don't have hobbies, you know. Do something.
Why do you think that is?
Because they're inundated with advertising, you know. Their hobbies become consumerism. And you know, retail, therapy, or, you know, I do makeup for fun. No, you don't do makeup for fun. That's not what you do. That's not a hobby. Makeup's not a hobby. I'm sorry, ladies. A hobby is something that develops your individual person, something that makes you better.
Some kind of a discipline, an art form.
Right. Some way to express yourself.
Yeah,
you know?
some physical thing that you do.
Yeah, like one of my hobbies is chess, right? That helps me focus. When I see that my attention span is getting short because I spend too much time on social media, I go to chess and I'll spend time on chess to bring that back to reality.
Do you play physical chess or do you play online?
Online.
Yeah.
I can do OTB, but, you know, I do most.
What's
online.
OTB?
Over the board.
Oh, what does that mean?
That means physical. physical board in front of you.
That's what you call it?
Yeah, it's called OTB. Yeah.
Do you do speed chess where you hit the timer, or do you do regular chess?
Well, online I do speed chess. I do 5-minute games.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's a whole nother world.
I've been scared of chess. I've always been scared of chess. I have an obsession with games. I have real problems, and chess is it's one of them. I've played it a little bit, but I'm like, fuck, this could take over my life.
Yeah. You know, if I'm not careful, I'll be sleeping and playing chess.
Oh yeah.
You know, like sometimes I'll be chilling, like we'll be having a conversation, and I'll space out and be doing chess problems in my head. So that happens sometimes, you know, a lot, especially on days that I play a lot of chess.
I remember Howard Stern was really getting into chess, and he was taking private lessons, and he was talking about it all the time. And I think he found the same thing. Do you remember that? I think he found the same thing. I think he just got too obsessed with it. He was like, I can't fucking do this anymore.
Yeah. Well, one of my life goals is to be a chess master one day.
Really?
Yeah, you know.
And when you say chess master, what do you have to do to be a master?
Okay, so you have national master, then you have international master, and then you have game master, or the GM, I forget what it's called. National master, you have to participate in, I believe, one of the tournaments, one of the, I forget the federation, but you have to enter one of these tournaments, and you have to place a certain, you know, I think it's maybe top 2 or top 3 at a certain tournament. Don't quote me on this stuff, but you have to go through the tournaments. And I think in order to become international, you have to first become national master, and then national master, you can go be international, if I'm not mistaken, and then, you know, GM.
Do you ever see the video of Eddie Fisher or Bobby Fischer?
Yeah.
When Bobby Fischer was walking down this row of chess games, he was playing like 10 different games simultaneously.
Yeah. The champ now, Carlsen, does something similar, where Carlsen will play, you know, several people, or he'll play without a board. That always interested me.
I've seen people do that.
Yeah.
This dude I knew who went to prison was playing with this pool hall that he used to play out in White Plains, executive billiards. And this kid was a chess master. He was like a 16-year-old, I don't know, master. I mean, he's a chess genius. Right. 16-year-old kid. And he was playing with this dude who was like in his 40s who had been in prison. He learned how to play chess with no board in prison. So they were just sitting across from each other talking, saying the moves, and then they would both like recognize where the pieces were on the board. Yeah. Really interesting.
Yeah. I mean, that level of visualization is where humanity has to take itself. You know, that's why I say chess is great, because it allows you to visualize. And in order to manifest your desires in this world, you have to be able to visualize what you want. The more you can focus, the more you can visualize, the better your mind is, I believe. Because our life is based upon visualization. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Women need to get back to that too.
Visualizing goals.
I think women are very spiritual. So in Africa, there's this... I'm slipping on my studies. I studied this a long time ago. But the man is holding the child, and the woman is pointing up to the sky, right? And it's like the man is like that earthly thing, like we handle things in the physical, and the woman's sort of like that intuitive being. Women have to get back to being that intuitive being, because if you notice, our women always seem to warn us about stuff, right? Like, oh, don't do this. Like, damn, I should have listened to her that time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They have to get back to their spiritual nature, and I think a lot of them get away from that, and that'll ground them too, and they won't need so much emotional support from friends and family because they're back in their spiritual nature.
Well, how does a woman do that?
You can start with meditating. You know, meditating, being happy with just being alone with yourself. A lot of people can't be alone with themselves. Yeah. You know, they always need like some sort of device or
Isn't it interesting that it's attractive when people are capable of being alone? Yeah. Like, I remember these two girls were talking about some guy that one of them was dating. And she goes, yeah, he's really into his career, which is a huge turn on. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Like, he just needs time. He's disciplined. He works all the time. He's always working on his career, which is a huge turn on. And I was like, well, you two little cluckers.
Well, women have to get back to that too. Like, y'all gotta learn how to pick a good man. Sometimes y'all are picking crap men based upon the money or things that they have. You get in a relationship, you find out he's $100,000 in debt, and he's a douche, right? Yeah. Even though he's got these things. I think women have to get better at seeing potential in men.
But don't they have to be tricked a few times before they can see the problems?
Yeah.
That's
part
the problem.
Of experience. Yeah,
that's a fucking dirty thing for a girl. Let some loser fuck you and go, God damn it.
Yeah.
Thought I had him. Thought I had a winner.
Yeah, I mean, I've been a victim of that. Well, not a victim, but I've done that to women myself. Sorry, ladies. Everybody did wrong.
Back
like
in the day.
Yeah, I've done some wrong stuff.
Well, you become a different person as time goes on.
Yeah, you grow from it.
Part of evolution of the human.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think society's expectations on women are. It's very difficult for a man to understand it. We see it from the outside, but to feel it as a woman, it's got to be very different. I mean, and there's a lot of women out there that are looking for a man, like a successful man. They're looking for a successful man, and they want to attach themselves, and that's the goal.
Yeah.
That's not a goal of men, so it's very difficult for us to understand that. Our goal for obviously we're generalizing, right? Yeah. But our goal is to be successful ourselves.
Right. Well, you can't know what man you want unless you know who you are. And a lot of people are getting in relationships without being in a relationship with themselves first. So when in order to have a sound relationship, you have to know your socio-economic stance. It's sad when you get into a relationship with a conservative and you're liberal and y'all start arguing about Donald Trump. And a relationship breaks because he's on one side. These are the conversations that you need to have up front. And if you don't know where you are politically and socio-economically, for example, they say a lot of relationships break up because of money, right? And you got one person's a bad spender, the other one's thrifty, right? These are the conversations you need to have first. How do you manage your money? Are you good with your money? And if you guys don't agree with how you want to pull your resource and how you want to pull your money and what you want to do with it in the future, some people, you might get in a relationship with a girl and she's like, I want a Porsche, I want a Land Rover. And I'm like, I want a business. I want a VC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have two people that are going separate directions. One's going this consumer route. One's going independent, producer route. So you have to first see, are you a consumer? Maybe you need to be with a consumer. Are you a producer? You don't need to be with a consumer. You need to find somebody that's a producer. So if you agree on socioeconomics, you'll have a better relationship with people. But you have to know what you want out of life first and then find people connected based upon that, not the physical looks and all that other stuff.
Yeah, and I think sometimes people think they want something because it's very difficult to attain. They see these things and they go, oh, that's the prize.
Yeah. Well,